Sir, can we include one or two examples of your choice to discuss here? Because that would also, I mean, enhance our learning with respect to this. We will
I
also
have
understand like how to apply.
I have no problem in sharing examples, but what usually I do is I generally pick up a random example so that you would let's suppose you have an example, give it to me. That's more easier because I would also get one horoscope.
Okay, sir, I can give right now. I can see a person whom I know and
Okay,
who has three planets in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra.
very good. Tell me.
So it's 13th of September,
Let me just let just okay. 13th of September, September 13th.
19, yeah, 1996,
Okay,
5:30 morning,
okay.
and the place is Rewari, Rewari, Haryana, Rewari, Haryana.
Hmm.
So it's a female. She is a female, and yes, we predict something related to Uttara Phalguni here.
So what is that you have got based on what I have explained? Are you seeing the results are coming? She's still
Well,
very young.
this is like
She's
mostly
very
we
young.
have discussed related to inheritance, but
Hmm.
there is no like issue with that girl related to inheritance because her parents has not too much to among uh, the child. But what else like other than inheritance? What we can tell here? Sun and Moon is Uttara Phalguni,
Hmm.
and Mercury is also. So I know she is studying in foreign in
Hmm.
chemistry. That that is what I know.
Hmm. Okay.
So
So
what else?
I mean
Yeah.
whatever you have said, I mean something has gone off. I mean your voice was not clear while you were explaining Uttara Phalguni here. So did you get the results of Uttara Phalguni is what you said, or you did not get the results of Uttara Phalguni?
So in Uttar Farguni, mostly we have discussed like related to inheritance or with respect to Arjun.
Right.
So
One is
I'm not able to.
inheritance that
I'm not
we talked
right.
about.
So there is no issue related to inheritance with this girl because her parents are not so. I mean, not in good economic condition. So there is nothing related to inheritance here. So I was just wondering what else we can predict based
So
on this
that
Uttara Falguni
that
Nakshatra.
she obeys her parents a lot. Is that coming up?
Exactly, yes. And this one, like you said, seventh lord in Uttara Falguni, person will take permission from parents. Yes, it is right because the girl is in love with someone and she is asking her parents to allow. It's an intercaste marriage, and her parents are not allowing. So the girl is depressed, but she is not denying them. She loves her parents a lot. Yeah, so that's true, 100%.
Yeah. So there is a lot of Phalguni here. Sun is in Phalguni, Moon is in Phalguni. So either of these two cases, either it is Uttara Phalguni or Purva Phalguni, what you can say is consent of parents is important if it is either at the Lagna or in the seventh house or related to the seventh house. You can see seventh lord is Saturn, uh, and I don't know, maybe the people of South India would feel a little because I'm looking at the East Indian chart. Let me put South Indian chart. Okay. My request to my fellow mm, North Indian people is you can please open up your laptops and run the chart yourselves because we can only have two frames here, and I'm not very comfortable looking at either the South Indian or the North Indian. I look at the East Indian chart. You may have to pardon me for that. I'm changing this back to South Indian because a lot of people are looking at the South Indian charts. So North Indians, please open up your laptops and have the charts on the thing. It's September 13, 1996, 5:30. at Rewari, Haryana. Yes. So one is that. So let's look at first thing you have to look at is the Purva Phalguni is in the Lagna. Lagna is in Purva Phalguni. So what have we read about Purva Phalguni? Last class
We
we
read a
have done
lot like
Purva
they will
Phalguni.
take relaxation, they will take they can start early in life, and they will not follow some like Yama was very punctual, so they might not be punctual. So all the opposite things related to Yama.
So do you think
Answer
these are
timing.
also timing? Yeah. Do you think these things are coming up? Is there a
Yes, yes,
delay in actually, picking up a education, job, marriage? There is a delay in life.
exactly, sir. Yes, there are lots of gap in her studies.
Correct. So there is breaks in between studies. Career is little,
R-
yeah, here and there because there is not only one lagna. You also have Uttara Phalguni. Sun is in Uttara Phalguni. Okay, Moon is in Uttara Phalguni. Right. Okay. One way she is little blessed. If had there been two more planets also in Purva Phalguni, then it would have been more difficult. So all I can see is Sun and Moon in Uttara Phalguni, and then you have Mercury is also in Uttara Phalguni, and then you have okay Rahu in Hasta. Okay, okay. I mean, look, Sun and Moon both on the same degree in the Uttara Phalguni. That's one reason why there is not much of inheritance. Okay, this is called as Amavasya Yoga. Okay, so the
So
Amavasya is
could you please explain that?
Sun and the Moon are
Yeah.
are just less than 1 degree difference, right? They're in very,
Okay.
very, very close conjunctions. This is an Amavasya yoga. Okay, I have not explained you the
Okay.
planetary conjunctions as yet, but if you look at this, it means that the parents are either not feeling very well. I mean, medical issues are there, or they're quarreling in between each other. There are
Exactly, sir. 100%. There are lots of fights, and the relationship uh, is not good. Yeah, in the parents.
yeah, parents are actually quarreling with each other.
Right.
This can be. Yeah, new moon yoga, Amavasya yoga, new moon yoga. Thank you for somebody said this is the new moon yoga. Yeah. So I mean, we cannot call that new moon yoga because it's called as Amavasya yoga. I think Amavasya is the same thing all across India. So you understand Amavasya, right?
Right, sir.
So Amavasya is having sun and moon together. I have not explained these yogas. So there are a few riders here and there. I mean, you may see why there is a problem because there is not a very cordial relationship between the parents because the sun and moon are very closely placed in the lagna. It's just not that. I mean, do not think somebody is born on a Amavasya day, so the parents are fighting. No, please don't jump into conclusions. You always have to look at the D9 chart as well. Now, see, even in the D9 chart, they are on the same Rashi. You can see that Sun and Moon are together even in the D9 chart. You know why? Because they are
Right.
very closely placed in the degrees, and this has to happen in the first house or any of the kendras or in the second house. That would show that the person is actually concerned that the parents are fighting. Okay,
Okay.
but they are not going to separate out. They're fighting, and they are again one as a family. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
This is what I have explained in Purva Phalguni also. So that's one thing. That's one more thing why there is not enough inheritance because in the Lagna itself there is Amavasya Yoga. Okay.
Okay.
So you're asking me what else can we make out? We've talked
Yes.
about Pushya. Okay, we've talked about Pushya, and we have talked about Pushya, two planets in Pushya. So there is no planet either in the Martian signs or in the Venusian signs. Okay. So none of these two planets, Mars or Venus, are not dispositing any of the planets. So I can see that Libra is vacant. I can see Taurus is vacant. I can see Aries is vacant, and Scorpio is vacant. Okay. So two planets, Mars and Venus, they are uh, in one, one after the other. Okay. I mean, just next signs in the Navamsha. If you look at Navamsha, you can see Venus is next in the next sign of next sign of Mars. They are on Pushya Nakshatra. Because they are not dispositing any of the planets, we can say she's okay to do. We cannot say she's a very well to do because we need planets for the richness to increase. Because Pushya also can bring you a lot of riches, provided you have planets to disposit because they form the sources. Okay, now as ninth lord in the Pushya would mean his father came from a respectable family. Father's father was
Um,
sarpanch or somebody who is respected in the village. ऐसा है कुछ? Is there something
um,
like that?
m- Maybe we can say because her grandfather was in army, so
Oh, okay, okay.
maybe
So they came from a very humble family. You can say that.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of yes.
So you can also say the third lord and the 10th lord are in Pushim. It means that either the siblings of her or the father's other children, because from the ninth house, second house, because 10th house is the second house from the ninth house. So father's children or her siblings are richer than her, or they are more
Mm,
prosperous than her, or they have some problem in the married life of theirs. Because Pushim
married
is
life
very,
problem is 100% marriage life problem. Richer I can't say because the
yeah.
girl is studying right now, so we can.
So you can say
Sir,
married life
sorry
problem.
to interrupt. Why married life problem, sir? Because of
You
Pusha
have not
Nakshatra, is it?
listened. You have not listened to Pushimi. Pushimi is married life problem.
Pusha, I think. Okay.
As simple as that. Now you have not gone into any of the divisional charts as yet. So you have a fair idea of what are we looking at. Do you understand, GV?
Right, sir.
Okay. This is how we usually look at. I mean, once we
Yes, sir.
understand each of the thing, I mean, it will take a little time for people to, accustom to this kind of looking at charts. It will take a little time. So what khalitas are coming, what results are coming, we have to be a little slow. We'll start with one, and then you keep moving. Sometimes it means, as I said, like if somebody would say just the Uttara Phalguni and the Uttara Phalguni, there are two planets. Why is she not rich? And if you keep breaking your heads, you may not have it. So unless you understand the yogas as well, that's the final step. The final step we will
Okay.
reach now. So nakshatras are going to take much longer, and then we'll come to planets. Yogas will come at the end, final thing. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so there are
But
exceptions
still,
also. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, go ahead.
But still, sir, it's nice that you explained this because at least we will have some background that yogas are something. So it would be good if we can discuss like this. You can take charts from anyone, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
would
would
be
prefer you
motivating.
give me the chart so that इससे क्या होगा आपको भी तसल्ली होगा कि मुझे कुछ पता है और मैं सिखा रहा हूँ. That's one thing.
Right.
Second is आप सही सीख रहे हैं because you're getting your own charts, right?
Ji, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. We will
Yeah.
come prepared next times. Like we will also do
Yes,
some
sir.
homework.
I
That
agree. I think it's a great idea, Judge. Thank you to whoever brought this idea up. The next class, if we find charts relevant to that day's topic, definitely we'll try to get the information.
So what have we concluded from this chart is that because the Lagna is in the Purva Phalguni, there are a lot of breaks in the life. So whenever even if she's working, she would want to go for a holiday. She would want to rule the whole world. Everybody should be her, disciple kind of a thing. Because Prajanana Shakti is what you will see in Purva Phalguni. So she becoming the leader, and you have Sun and Moon in the same degree, almost near to a degree. At least in the Navamsha, they should be together. Okay. So in matlab, both in Rasi and also in Navamsha, in Kendras or in the second house. That's when you have Amavasya Yoga, okay, for the D1. So it would mean either one of the parents or both the parents are ill. That means health is not very good, or they are quarreling between each other. Okay, that's one more thing. And that why I had to explain this is because Uttara Phalguni has that thing. I mean, unless there is a war thing in Uttara Phalguni is going to give you any richest thing. Okay, let us suppose if you understand from the Nakshatras point of view, wherever we say prosperity, okay, wealth is going to come. It should be a clean sign in the sense there should not be planets in very close degrees, less than 1 degree. बहुत पास में planets रहना, it's very difficult to produce wealth because they are actually fighting with each other. Okay, this is how you need to look at it. And what else can we see from here? You have the second house, Uttara Phalguni, and look what happens with Uttara Phalguni is even if her parents are poor, she may get into a family wherein there is some inheritance is already promised for the husband. Okay, this can also happen like that. And I know a lot of people.
100% true, sir.
Okay, so then you should say that, right?
Because I know the person whom she loves is the only child who will get the inheritance. So
That's it.
no
As simple
question
as
of like.
As I said, Uttara Phalguni will come into action only at the age of 45, 50. Right? Because inheritance भाग कब होंगे आपके? You will get inheritance only at 45, 50, right? Parents तो तब तक जिंदा होंगे. I mean, I'm sorry for the wrong word, but only at the old
Right,
age
sir.
parents are going to give you the inheritance. जब वो जवान रहेंगे, why would they give it to you, right? Oh,
Yes, sir.
sorry, I'm slipping into Hindi here and there. So
No problem, sir.
okay, I'm just trying to translate it once again. I mean, you would understand it. For you, it is no problem, but a lot of my South people may not understand it. So what I have told him is, um, the question of inheritance would come when parents would grow older. So only then we would look at inheritance part. So it may so happen that Uttara Phalguni native may be poor at birth, or maybe parents are little poor. However, they may still have some or the other inheritance, a small house or something they may still have. Usually that happens. Uttara Phalguni without any small part of inheritance is rarely there. So even if that happens by bad luck or something, there is always a good luck after marriage. And usually at 45, 50, they are blessed with very good properties. Okay, what is the other thing that we have learned is Pushyami or Pushya Nakshatra usually will bring you riches. That also will show that the person is going to acquire riches. Now, what we have done is the Pushyami, the only problem in Pushyami is the married life problems. So, what we have understood is because ninth house is second house, that is 10th house, I have taken it as second house in the ninth house, father's children or father's family. And I have also taken third house, which is the native's siblings. Both would mean the same. Third house and 10th house would show the siblings of the native because it is placed in Pushyami. Venus is placed in Pushyami, the third lord and the 10th lord. Also conjoined one more planet of Pushyami. It means that there is riches or there is problem with the married life. This is what we have made as conclusions right now. So once we get to learn the Jupiter, which is placed in Purvashadha, and also we will learn about the Saturn placed in Uttarabhadra and also the Ketu placed in Uttarabhadra, we will get to understand a little more. Okay. Good. Anybody has any questions on this chart? I'm happy to answer because unless somebody asks me a question, it is difficult for me to actually even contemplate what is running through your minds.
Sir, I have a question.
Thank you. Please tell me.
You said that we should look at the dispositors first, right? Not the house lords.
Right.
Then how come we can consider here Venus and Mars in Cancer that they have the Pushyami problem because the dispositor being moon, he is in Uttara Phalguni. So we should give first preference to moon, right?
The
No, you
Hmm.
said that Venus and Mars, the siblings or the father's other children, they have Pushyami, so they have marital problems. Yeah, it
Right.
is evident for Pushyami people, they have some other headache in marriage. So,
Right.
but here we should consider the third house dispositor or whatever the Venus and Mars, what represents here,
Good
the
question.
house,
I got the
right, sir?
question. I got the question. Thank you for reminding. I forgot one of the traits for Uttara Phalguni. That is mm, what is it? Mm, emotional uh, emotional disturbances uh, in married life. Okay, emotional disturbances in married life for Uttara Phalguni. So now, based on what you have said now, because the dispositor is in Uttara Phalguni, it means that there is a problem in married life due to some emotional disturbances. They are not going well due to different emotional quotients of the people. That means one is crying for everything, the other one is not caring for anything. This is the problem in the relationship of the siblings.
Sir,
Am I right?
bang on prediction, sir. Means this is exactly going like that. I mean, the guy or like the fiance of her, is like he doesn't care about anything, and the girl is quite emotional. She cares everything. Like one is like I don't care anything, and one is like I care for everything. It's 100% true.
Okay. Madam's question is still not answered. So I said uh, the dispositor is more important. So if the dispositor was in Uttara Phalguni, there is no necessity for having a divorce. This is what Madam would think, but because she's also attending the Telugu classes. We have already covered Uttara Phalguni and we've been doing these classes quite for long. So that's her question. Now coming back to Madam's question is, do not take anything hard and fast. Also observe. Now what I have done is I have taken the third lord and the lord from the second lord from the ninth house. Both are representing the same people placed in Pushyami. Also, one more planet is joining it. So the Pushyami is stronger. When you have stronger Pushyami, it means that the trait of the Pushyami is going to dominate more, right? The trait of Pushyami is going to come more than the dispositor thing now. Madam, your
Yeah,
question?
yes, sir. Yeah, making sense. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, as I always say, do not have the hard and fast thing. Uh, have a little flexibility. You have to move your thing up and down here and there. Okay. So, GV, you are happy for the prediction?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I mean, all of the prediction are 100% true. So
So,
yeah, I'm hopeful that
had I brought my own charts and explained it to you, what it might sense to people as यार ये तो अपना charts ला रहा है और कुछ भी explain कर रहा है चला जा रहा है. You cannot relate it to
right, sir.
them. Yeah.
This was quite
So,
unknown chart to you.
yeah, so I do not even know you, so I don't even know your name. So your name is GV. Don't spell out your name, please, because I want to protect all of your privacy. So I never
Exactly.
show who is attending my class, who is learning from me and so on. I don't like such things. So learn
Thank you
it,
very much, sir.
use it well.
Sir,
All
I
Thank
have a
right.
question. Sir, I have a
Yes,
question in the chart. So
yes.
Sun is the Lagna Lord in the Lagna itself, right? So does that add a lot of strength to the chart, or we do not give any extra points because that does not happen always? So,
Madam,
or do you think the chart would have been weaker? Okay, sir.
madam, one second. I actually lost track of you. 1 second. Huh? Yes. Sorry. Can you just explain your question once again?
So my question was, in this chart that you're sharing, Sun being the Lagna Lord is in Lagna itself, right?
Yeah.
So does it like kind of add more strength to the chart,
Yes.
or as compared to if the sun was elsewhere,
Yeah,
it would
yeah,
have
yeah.
been weaker and
Yeah.
probably more
Got your
problems?
question. Yeah, I got your question. So the answer to the question is whatever planets are in own signs, okay, they are going to carry more strength. You know why? Because the Lord and the dispositor are the same. Now, if you have to see, let's suppose, just as Madam said, the other Madam that just spoke, who just spoke, she said, sir, the third Lord, which represents the siblings, is in Pushimi. I agree. Venus is in Pushimi. However, the dispositor is in Uttara Phalguni. So why have you not used Uttara Phalguni more than Pushimi? That was her question. Now let us suppose you look at the first lord or the Lagna lord, which we usually call Lagna lord is Sun. The dispositor is Sun himself. So there are two things. So it is giving you more emphasis on where the Sun is placed. That's why I said because the Lagna lord is in Uttara Phalguni and he's the dispositor himself. That's why I'm saying that this person is going to get riches for sure, at least from the other side, the spouse's side, right?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, sir. Got it.
Moreover, also Pushami will make you richer, no matter what. Pushami will definitely make you richer. So now you don't have Pushami in the right place. You have Pushami in the 12th house. That would mean uh, somebody who is becoming, you know, richer because of spouse. Even 12th house can show spouse or a relationship or something like that.
Sir, if I may ask, do we consider debilitation, exaltation factors while looking at nakshatras, or should we not see that? Because Mars there is in fourth Rashi, right?
Excellent
That's why I'm
question.
asking.
Excellent question. So do not consider any of the exaltation or debilitation in D1. Okay, they are just
Got it.
useless.
Okay, got it.
Just useless. They don't make any sense. Somebody has a debilitated planet, will not make him anything bad. Somebody has an exalted planet, will not make him anything rich. Okay. What a lot of people think is, oh, Jupiter is an exaltation. This is a richness. Nothing. I can show you hundreds of people wandering on the roads and, eating from, what do you call it? Wandering on the roads as beggars. They have exalted Jupiter and debilitated Jupiter. I can show you a lot of people who are like well placed in big jobs and they are millionaires as well because Jupiter lies in a sign for 1 year. So it means that whoever is born with Jupiter exaltation, if they have to be richer, only people every 12 years will be rich. Everybody else would be like poor. I mean, this doesn't make any sense, right?
Got it, sir.
If you see Mars as well, you just right click here on the Mars and just click on when will Mars change sign in Rashi. It would say 36 days after or 12 days before. So whole 48, 50 days, the Mars has stayed here in this debilitation sign. And for every minute, just in India, we have 3 people born. So if Mars has to give a standard result being in debilitation, just count the number of people being born in 50 days at the rate of three persons in a minute. That would be so huge. And if it's just the same result Mars is going to deliver, it doesn't make any sense. Forget all the planets, debilitations, etc., exaltations, etc. here in the D1. Do not get carried away by them. And a lot of what a lot of people are thinking is now let us look at this one. Jupiter. Jupiter is in Purvashada in Sagittarius. Oh, own sign. Wow, super. Okay. So fifth
Yes,
house has
yes.
Jupiter.
Even I was
Excellent.
thinking.
Yeah, excellent placement. Nothing excellent. Okay. Or do not
Okay,
think Sun is in the own sign. No own sign is going to give you good result. I'm not saying it is going to give you bad result. Okay. What I'm saying is own sign, debilitation, exaltation can neither influence it to have good or bad result. It can only give you the magnitude of the result. Okay. Now, Sun placed in Uttara Phalguni is going to increase the riches. Okay, because Uttara Phalguni is richest. So what does Sun do now, being in own sign? It is going to increase. That's all. Okay. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, sir. So, sir, one more question about Sun and Uttara Falguni. So, as
Hmm.
per Dasha, so Uttara Falguni is ruled by Sun. So, will that have an impact, or we should not consider that?
I
That's
don't
not
con-
any added.
I
Okay.
don't consider any of the Vimshottari lords for the
Okay.
planets.
Got it.
Okay, because if you use nakshatras, uh, each nakshatra has a different lord. In Ashtotri, if you take, it's a different lord. It's not ruled by Uttara Phalguni is not ruled by sun in Ashtotri Dasha. It's ruled by different
Okay.
planet.
Okay.
So it doesn't carry any sense. Okay.
Sir, one
So
last question, if I may ask. So,
yeah,
you
why
said we
yeah.
need to look at divisional chart. So, what
Hmm.
should be the accuracy of the birth time if we were to look? Because I think they change very fast, or can we still take look at the charts for a given date of birth, time of birth?
So if I've understood your question correctly, how far can you please explain once again?
So, like the divisional charts change for every few minutes, right? Some of the charts. So,
Yes.
like, I don't know what should how, be the accuracy of the birth time because I don't know if my birth time is accurate. So, I'm a little hesitant to even look at my own divisional chart for any
Hmm,
understanding.
I don't think so. Okay, I've got a Navamsha here. Okay, I've displayed Navamsha
Uh-huh.
just now.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
right clicking on this and I'm looking at when will the Lagna change in Navamsha. Okay. Now you
Okay.
see
Okay.
4 minutes plus 11 minutes. So you have about
Uh-huh.
15 minutes of leeway. I
Okay.
don't, I
Okay.
don't think
Okay. Got it.
anybody would, if you're looking at D60 chart, okay, that's
Okay.
far ahead. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
do not
Yeah,
go
even
till,
I would like to understand Navamsha. Okay, got it, sir. I can use that technique and get the range,
there are
right?
so
Okay.
many, there are so many techniques in Navamsha. There are so many techniques in D10 because why would anybody come to you for us on astrology? Only for two things or three things rather. One is, sir, my job is not good. I need a job. Okay, that's one. Second is my marriage. When is it going to happen? Will it last? Or is there a divorce? Marriage related questions. So job is D10, marriage is D9. Okay, children is D7. None of
Mhm.
these are going to change so rapidly. And the
Okay.
biggest problem with people is what they think is D60 is the most important. I don't deny D60 is the most important. However, what is most important is D9 without the Lagna itself. Okay. In
Okay.
D9,
Okay.
you don't even need this Lagna. None
Okay.
of the planets will change for the whole day. Even if you know 1 hour of a difference in time, you
Okay.
can arrive
Okay.
you can arrive at the right birth time using birth time correction techniques based on the dasha.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is where you will reach. At one point in
Okay.
time, you reach a place wherein you have the right birth time. Even if we have like 1 hour leeway, we don't know when is the person born. We know approximately maybe 2 o'clock plus or minus 1 hour. We can still do a birth time rectification for it.
Okay.
That much a person has to know. If he doesn't
Okay.
know even an approximate time or even date or anything, there is lost horoscopy. I don't believe much into it. Okay,
Okay.
it's very
Yeah, I mean, within
difficult.
hour, definitely we get. Within few minutes, I
Yeah,
think. Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you.
even if it's wrong, based on what you have in D1 Lagna and based on what you have in D9 Lagna, our Telugu other students who are the Telugu classes would know that we use these and based on the planets that we have there and the Lagna base sign. Like you have Navamsha, you hear the Lagna is Virgo, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you have Leo on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
on the Rashi
Yeah.
side. So the woman is medium built with medium height. This should be an approximate thing. And Sun and
Oh,
Moon are
okay.
there, okay, and you have Mars here. So she's not very tall. She's okay height. Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
she is
Okay.
small in height.
Yeah, because Mars is there, she's small in height. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right, sir.
So these things we can use and see about the physics.
Okay.
A lot of techniques are there. What a lot of people are thinking these days, especially after the outbreak of internet, what they think is D60 is the most important. I don't deny that, but D60 is not for general things. Those are for very specific things, past life karma and things like that. Before you understand all that, first of all, correct it to the charts like D3, D9, T7, T10, which are visible in the physical world. So you have children, right? Let's suppose somebody has children. He has two children. You can check that in D7. He has quit a lot of jobs. Whenever he has quit, it shows up in D10. For sure, it will show up in D10. I mean, whoever is in the Telugu side, they know that very well. Every time we have a chart, we are going to get when this person is in the job, when he is not in the job. Whenever he has a problem in the job, it will show up in the D10. It will show up in the D1. It will show up everywhere. Based on Dasha, we will correct it. The only thing what I'm saying is because these classes we have started recently and Telugu we have been running for more than 1 year. Uh, we don't need a video, madam. Okay. So in the Telugu video, we've been running more than 1 year. So they are more connected to it. Despite that, people come back and hear to these classes because one is examples and second is brushing the nakshatra once again in English, so that because the traits of nakshatras are so high, people forget it. So they want to re-listen and rehear it so that they can have the memory of it. Anybody else has any horoscope? I'm fine to see it's still 8:32. Another half an hour is here.
Here I have a small doubt, sir.
Yes.
In
Yes.
D1 chart, seventh lord is Saturn, so that is in 8th house, and dispositor is Jupiter in 5th house. So she is in love. So 5th is connected with 7th. With that we can say, right? She's in love.
That's what I'm saying. So it's too early to say that because unless we can get into D9 and see if there is 11th house influence. Okay, 11th house influence in case of D1. So what we can see is we can see it in the Rasi Tulya Navamsha and see if there is some 11th house influence on the 7th house. So look at this 11th house. Rasi Tulya is Rasi Tulya means using the same lagna as in the D1. So the lagna in the D1 is Leo. I'm using the same thing here in the D9. Fairly, you'll get an idea. This may still be not right sometimes. How we will do is the 11th lord from Leo is Mercury, who is placed in the 7th house from the Leo. So this can be a love thing. Is there a love thing, GB?
Yes, sir. It's a love kind of thing. I mean,
Good, good.
the
So
girl is
unless
in love, but the parent. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
girl want the parents'
Oh,
permission.
you said that. Yeah, you said that. Sorry, I missed the point. Okay. So, Sharma ji, so the answer to your question is just merely not looking at D1. Also look at D9, where the 11th house connects to the 7th house. Either
Okay,
in the Rasi Tulya Navamsha or from this Navamsha's Lagna. Either places it will connect. Usually from the Rasi Tulya Navamsha.
sure, sir. I learned a new point.
Yeah. So if there is some
Sir,
problem, yes, GV.
Sir, how we can predict that the girl gonna get her education in foreign? Because we can see from D1 fifth lord is in fifth, but there is no clear cut indication. So can we predict on based on the nakshatra here?
No, with Nakshatra you cannot predict. As far as I know, as far as I have understood, I don't think we can predict that the lady is studying in the foreign. What I will do for career is, without looking at D10, I'll not say what she is studying. So why D10 for this thing, education, is because these days, whatever is the education is the career. Somebody studies for career. Okay. So even the education is
Right.
the career. And anybody would go to foreign to learn some professional course. Just a job mill sakta. I mean, they are going to base that as the baseline for the job. Okay, so running Dasha, we would look at D10, have the Janmatara running, and based on when she has gone, will be connected to 9th house, 12th house, or the 7th house. When did she go?
Sir, 2022 September or October.
2022 September or October. Okay. The 12th
Yes,
Lord
sir.
is Jupiter. Okay. 2022 Jupiter has taken her to the foreign. Simple. Okay.
Mhm.
You may not get confirmation from this, but when the event happens, right now what I have done is you have told me the event. I've just shown you 12th
Right.
Lord is 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 what has influenced the travel. That's all. Now, if you have
Okay.
to predict, if you have to predict for a future event, then I have to tell you right from the start to end. Okay, it is going to take 15 classes to predict. Okay, correct?
Okay.
समझा नहीं समझ में
Yes,
आया
sir.
क्या? हाँ. So what you have asked me now is
जी sir.
where from we can see. So I have shown you from D10 we can predict if she's out or here, because D10 shows the karma. If your karma is in a foreign land, you're going to go to a foreign land. Very simple.
Okay, sir.
And the Dashantar Dasha have to be connected to somewhere either the 9th or the 12th or the 7th. So do not think now if you have a 12th thing connecting and running, do not think you're going to go foreign. It may not work the other way around. So somebody is running a 12th Lord Dasha will not ensure that he is going to go for sure. That is not possible. However, if somebody has gone, the 12th Lord, 9th Lord, 7th Lord will show up. Understood? क्या हिंदी में बोलूं?
Okay, sir. नहीं sir, it's clear.
या
And with
तो
the
एक बार
classes we
बता देता हूँ कि अगर किसी का 12th लॉर्ड या 12th लॉर्ड या फिर 7th लॉर्ड या 9th लॉर्ड का दशा चल रहा है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो जरूरी फॉरेन जाएगा, पर जिसने फॉरेन गया है उसका जरूर 7th लॉर्ड, 9th लॉर्ड, 12th लॉर्ड का चल रहा होगा दशा में, एक बार चेक करना पड़ेगा.
So 12th Lord from Lagna, you think, or D10 chart?
I'm muting the other person. Tell me once again, please.
Sir, 12th Lord, 9th Lord from Lagna chart or from Dashansha chart?
D10.
Okay.
Now I've run a D10 chart. In the D10 chart, Capricorn is the Lagna. You have the 12th lord as Jupiter. And the dasha running is Jupiter. Antardasha is Jupiter. So that's why the lady has gone there.
Got it, sir.
So many things you can predict using D10 chart. Eventually, we will learn that. Anybody has any more questions or any chart you will give me?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
You said that Uttara Falguni is more like Arjuna, right? So to strengthen the star or its position, if some other planet in either Rohini or in Shravanam, do you think that it will align? That means if some planet in Shravanam is in trains or in Rohini is trains, so that will they will work together, just like this Rohini and Kritika, or the enmity between Rohini and Arudra. Is there something that doesn't go well with Uttara, or that goes very well with Uttara?
As I said, Uttara is ruled by Bhaga, who is present in Capricorn. Okay. So look at Capricorn. Then you will have an understanding of how Uttara Phalguni is working. If Uttara Phalguni is bad, it means that Capricorn is stopping it.
Yeah, if you have something in Shravana in in Capricorn.
Yeah, that
So,
can be.
so
If that planet is actually against this planet, let's suppose you have dire opposites there. Like, one is the second lord, the other one is the eighth lord. Second lord will bring you money, eighth lord may take away money. I mean, usual things. Even eighth lord can give you money. I mean, do not think eighth lord will always take away money. However, eighth lord gives money differently. Second lord gives in a different way, exactly opposite to it. Because second lord will give you money from the father, right? Because it is in sixth from the 10th house. If your second house is good, it means that your father has earned a lot of money for you and gave it to you. If your second lord is bad, it means that your father could not earn enough. Okay. So
Yeah.
based on these two things, if two opposite signs are placed here, like Sun and Saturn can be one thing which you can look at. They are dire malefics or dire enemies. And the other way of looking at is second lord, eighth lord. These may not go well in few things. These may go well in a few things, like providing inheritance. Both of the objective is the same. Second lord will also provide you inheritance. Eighth lord also will provide you inheritance. They will work together in that particular objective. However, second lord will give you vision for the eyes. Eighth lord will take away vision for the eyes. That causes blindness. Eighth lord. Second lord will give you a good vision or a focus. Or somebody is very focused or somebody is not focused at all, eighth house. So if these two things are on the opposite sides, then one is pulling on the one side, the other one is pulling on the other side. Then you may have problems there. However, these things are so complicated. Instead of analyzing these, once you get to see and limit yourself to the nakshatra thing which we have explained here, till the place of the aspects, like what I said, third lord placed in Pushyami, also being uh, not aspected, like being conjunction, being in conjunction with another planet in Pushyami. We have seen that, and then we have used the disposition. Let's limit it till there, okay? And then look at everything else in the divisional chart. That makes it a lot easier than to actually remember each of these adityas and each of these things right now, unless it is very much necessary. You have a problem, you have to drill down and go completely deep into it. That's a different scenario. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir, making sense. Actually, the comprehensive thing should be seen, like from the chart. It's not like one aspect or one thing.
If
Yeah.
somebody gets a chart to you, if you take 2 hours for analysis and then you start to say something, one is you yourself may forget what you have thought at the first instance, and it will not remain this till the second hour. I mean, analyze the chart quickly, maybe 10 minutes, or 10 minutes is too high. That's enough. If you have analyzed it for 10 minutes, maybe it will come with an experience. However, if you're fast enough to plot out what planets are there at which places, if you've been in astrology for quite some time, and you know what are the lords for each signs and stuff like that, it will not take more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes over, I think you should be ready with the production. More than 10 minutes, you'll forget whatever you have looked at. Even holding up all the information of 10 minutes and then delivering is also difficult, not going to be easy. You have to start somewhere. Okay. Any more questions you have? Or
Sir, one last question. So you said forget own Rashi, debilitated and things. What if it's an own sign in divisional chart? Should we consider that like in the Shamsha or
yeah, in Dashamsha, we should consider exaltation, debilitation also. In Dashamsha,
Okay.
exaltation, debilitation work very well. In Dashamsha, if a planet is in debilitation, it means that the person is having a lot of humility, very humble. So we'll try to learn. Somebody has a planet
Okay.
in exaltation, he's born with that strength. So he'll use that strength to his benefit. Uh, own
Own
sign
sign.
own sign may give you good results, usually good results. Own sign planets are
Okay.
strong. So the person, if he works, he's going to get benefits because tenth karma would mean आप काम करो फल मिलेगा. That's what is the thing. So 10th would mean you work and you get result out of it because D10 is something based on work, karma.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Okay. I mean, you get your charts. Don't be afraid. I mean, don't think you know मैं कोई डरूंगा मुझे if I go wrong, right, I'll agree that there is a mistake. I wouldn't bluff around or say something which is wrong or something. That's against my principles because anybody can go wrong. I have seen excellent people who have even written books and so on to fail on predictions. It happens for everyone. At least if 80% of the predictions go right, that's enough as a guy who is predicting it. So if I cannot predict it well, I'll take it. I mean, there's nothing to be worried about. However, what I would usually suspect is if something is going wrong, it means that if the date or time or place or something is terribly wrong. Otherwise, because I use so many techniques, like I'm using Nakshatras, then using divisional charts, then using the Dasha. So 99.99% of the times it won't go wrong. All right. So even if it goes wrong, I mean, I would say, look, if it went wrong, yes, it can happen. It can happen to anyone. Do not think this spread guy has always predicted only correct. Nothing like it. Nobody in this world is infallible. Everybody had their own, share of failures. I'm not afraid of it. At least I'm trying to learn something. I mean, the kind of horoscopes like somebody has sent just a message now. I mean, please don't send messages because I don't see them. Uh, just open the mic up and you can speak. So somebody has sent a message saying that, look, whoever has, floated up this chart up to see for the class, it's actually good because a lot of good things came out. Yeah, I agree with that. And look, I'm not such a kind of a person who's going to flaunt and do a pomp show here, wherein I can predict everything. That's not the objective anytime. So I would never do that because I believe a lot in Yoga Maya. Because if you are trying to be very proud for yourself, saying, "Look, I can predict anything in this world," then the Yoga Maya is going to kick you at the right place. And it happened to a lot of people, and I'm no exception to it. Okay, lecture in a galat. So let's move on. Anybody, questions or anybody would want to pick up? It's okay. I think it's only 10 more minutes left. So should we say goodbye for the night? All right. Nobody has questions. Let's say goodbye.
Um,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much.